is Louise Dente, and I welcome you to yet another edition of Cultural Caravan. On this edition is a special as we discuss journeying to the motherland, and we're joined by three special guests. To my right is Queen Mother Eileen Edwards of Sankofa Tours. She's joined by Tammy Hardy Reynolds and Tad Cromwell, who are also of Sankofa Tours. Welcome to Cultural Caravan.
Thank you.
I really want to thank you all for joining us. And I first want to talk to you, Sister Eileen. First of all, talk to us about your interest in travel to the continent. When did you start?
Well, it's going to start from a very young age. We lived in Brooklyn, and we were like the first three families, black families, that were on a block in Brooklyn. And they, catered to us. I was a little girl, and they would bring me roses, and they would say a rose to a rose. During that time, Coney Island was very, very popular, and we would go there. And when they had Mardi Gras, you would see a lot of sailors, and they would stop my mother and say, "Let me give these gifts to this little girl." And she said, "Sure." So, I always thought that these people liked me. And then we had the civil rights era. And I saw them hosing down black people, and I saw them, the dogs at them. And I said, my goodness, they don't love me. And so I had to find out why. And I really found out, really, we're African. This is where we come from. And then I took, in college, I took African history. And when I found out that, we're special. We are the first people. And we brought humanity to the earth. And so that's the reason that I'm so interested in Africa.
Now, your interest in Africa has actually taken you around the world. In addition to Africa, you said that, what were some of the countries in Africa that you journeyed to?
I went to Senegal. That was the first country. And I saw the Door of No Return. It showed me the different places where they had children, women, men, and that was an experience. I went to Kenya, and that was another experience. I saw someone who looked just like my father, and I said, wow, maybe I'm South African, who knows. But when I went to Ghana, I went through Nigeria to Ghana, and I said, oh, these people are so loving and so giving to me. I found my mother because she was loving, good. And that's what I feel about Ghana.
Now, I know that in terms of what you've done, in terms of not just taking, going yourself, but you've also provided opportunities for others to travel to Ghana and to West Africa. And you're joined by two members of the group. Sister Tammy, tell us about your experience traveling to Ghana and to Africa.
It was great. It was amazing. It was something that I always wanted to do. And I had written a post on social media stating that one day I'm going to travel to the motherland. And 2 years later, that is exactly what I did. And my desire to do so was simply, believe it or not, from watching a television show. I'm not sure if people may even know about it. White Swap. And it was a black family from Harlem, and they swapped with a white family from Connecticut. And the black family from Harlem, the mother said that she was of African descent. And so the white mother asked her for what part of Africa? And she didn't know, because she hadn't traced her family history. And that opened my eyes to say, you know what, I'm going to travel to the motherland, because I never want to be in that position where someone asks me something about the continent and then I don't have an answer. And for her, me watching her experience and how she, for the remainder of the show, she was pretty much quiet, timid, and she just felt some kind of way about her not having that information, and to have someone of a different culture to even give her information about who she was. And I didn't want that to be me.
Thank you. Brother Ted?
Oh, I've always been interested in going to the continent since I, pretty much like Mama Eileen, discovered who I was as an African in America. So I would attribute part of it to the hip hop culture. You know, growing up listening to hip hop in the late 80s, early 90s, many of them would sample speeches from Malcolm and Dr. Khalid, you know, and clips from Farrakhan. So that prompted me to open up books. And as I researched, I realized that a lot of things that I've learned in public school that I thought was the truth were actually lies. And you know, that our history didn't start as slaves. Our history started as royal people back on the continent of Africa. So ever since then, you know, there's been a little fire in me to return back home.
Now, one of the things that Auntie Eileen, I say Auntie Eileen because we've known each other, and Auntie is a term of respect for those out there. One of the things that I know that you've done for the many years you've traveled is you know, some people go to Africa as tourists, you know, they want to, you know, go and buy trinkets and connect. But you and actually another sister who we know dearly, Sister Nzinga Abena, excuse me, you both decided to found a school. Tell us about that.
Well, I used to go to the Ultimate Hotel in Ghana, and we heard music coming from the poolside. And we went out there, and they were doing a fundraising for a school. And at that time, I was trying to build a house, and I gave a donation, and when I came back, these people had left food for me and left information about themselves. And so I started a relationship with Sister Eileen, and my name's Eileen. And so we talked one day, and she says, we've been thinking about, you know, starting the school, and we don't have the money. And so I said, well, how much money is it going to be? And they said, well, $500 will start. And I had, and I said the $500. Of course, the chief who's there, he put money with it, and we had an open-air schoolhouse. And my dear sister, when she went, Sister Nzinga, you should see her. She had her hands up in praise because she never thought she would be able to teach children under a tree, and here her dream had come true. And so we have been supplying the teacher's salary. But it's getting more people are coming to our school because of the quality, you know, the excellence. But the money, you know, we're on a pension. And we need help. So we're really, you know, really asking people if they can do donations. We need a bus because when it's the rainy season, it's muddy and the children are walking, and sometimes they can't come to school because of the mud.
Now, just in line with that, how long have you had the school?
Since 2009.
Okay, so it's almost 10 years. Wow. And basically, when you think about the fact that it started from responding to a need being our people needed a school, that you just said, look, let's do it, okay? And that's something that, you know, I think as Africans in the diaspora, we have to look at the fact that there's a need on the continent. You know, the continent is rich in minerals, but unfortunately, for varying reasons, our people are not, in some cases, not in all cases, but definitely there's a need, and particularly education is really the passport to liberation, as you know, as Malcolm said. So the fact that you've had this school for close to 10 years, basically you've encouraged people and certainly looking at opportunities for those who may want to also participate and contribute. I had the privilege and the honor of traveling with Auntie Eileen in 2016, myself and Brother Tad. And at that time, you were, the community had bestowed the honor of Queen Mother, particularly, which is a high honor for you and Sister Nzinga for your wonderful works, your contributions to the community. And so tell us a little bit about that experience of being given that distinction.
You know, it was something where I had a dream, And this was like a month before I went, and it really was like a sort of a scary dream. And a person who's a prophet, we started to pray. We prayed about it. And when I went there, then they said, "Oh, we want to make you a queen." And I said, that was the dream coming true. And it's like, you talk about the ancestors, but I heard my father's voice saying, "Don't be scared, Eileen. Don't be, it's okay, Eileen. It's okay, Eileen." And so, who in the world ever think about being a queen? Never thought about being a queen. But with everything that happens to you, it becomes responsibility. So I'm responsible for those children. And if you see the picture of me for their first graduation, when I sat there and it was like the voice says, "This is what it's all about. It's about love. If you love your child, then you love children. And if you love your nieces and nephews, you love children. And it doesn't make any difference. You want them to reach their highest potential. And that's what we're looking for, highest potential."
Now, again, as I said, I again want to commend the work that you and I call Queen Nzinga, our sister who's in the audience, really have done, particularly in terms of taking the mantle and actually becoming role models, for the rest of us, and particularly witnessing your installment as a queen mother. It was just a beautiful event, and also going to the school. And I know, Brother Tad, please share your experience of going to the school.
Well, I was very impressed with the school, and not just with the school, being a vision and being built, because Mama Eileen has shared with me for years about the school. But once I walked in and you see the energy and enthusiasm of the children and the level of appreciation that we don't see with some of the young people here now, it is almost humbling and inspiring to know that our children are moving in the right direction, because at that age, education is still a priority. And we want all children to walk into the school with that level of enthusiasm. So I was really impressed. In the principal, our brother Isaac Baku was such a nice, gracious, gentle soul. He was a real nice brother, so it just felt like home.
Yes. Sister Tammy?
Yes, I also got an opportunity to go to the school last year, February 2017. And as Mama Eileen and Brother Tab both were saying, it was definitely a humbling experience. I believe I jumped rope with the kids, and they actually made a rope out of plastic bags. And they made me feel like a celebrity. I felt like Beyonce. Because they were so kind and, hugging me and just, making me feel a part of their family. They danced for us, they sang, and they prayed as well.
And the beauty of it, I think, for me, was going to the school, walking through the building. And again, it was still in development, but it was a structure, again, from being an open in 2009, being an open air school, to actually having a structure. And also going and actually giving out. I mean, we had collected lots of school supplies at the time. We gave it out to the children, and how grateful. And the ages of the children, just let everybody know, what are the ages of the children in the school?
Really, some of the teachers have them on their backs. The African tradition is children being on the mother's back. And we have young children who are on their teachers' back. So that's we have them so young.
From pre-K to what grade?
Like grade? Going to high school. What you call it, like 12. They're going to be going to high school.
Okay, so we go up to high school, and then they go off.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, do the children have to pay tuition, or is it free?
It's really like they pay maybe $1 or $2 CD. They will be paid. Okay.
And CD is the money in Ghana.
Yes.
Money. Okay. All right. And so, but basically, we really just want them to at least just offset some basic expenses, but mainly giving the children a qualitative experience, making sure they get to school safely. Those are things, and some of the things that I guess some of our children take for granted. You know, being able to get up, go into a building, things that our children, our people on the continent have to struggle to do. And that's why it's so wonderful, the work that Sankofa has been doing in terms, and please give the name of the community that you are, that the school is
It's Langma.
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 Okay, what part of Ghana is it in?
It's in, well, it's Greater Accra, and it's near Kokobete. Kokobete is the city that most of the time people don't even recognize Langma. But Kokobete is a beach area where, you know, people come to have vacations and everything like that.
Now, in addition to the school, you have also taken groups to Ghana. You've taken them, myself, Sister Tad, Sister Tammy, Brother Tad, and many others have had, even my sisters, we all went. And it's really been a wonderful experience. One of the things that we want to let people know is to consider going to the continent. There's some people who have gone to Europe, gone to Asia, gone to India, gone everywhere. I know people who've gone away, but you ask me, do you go to Africa? No. So, you know, and just like other groups understand the importance of making a pilgrimage to the land of their ancestors, we need to make sure that we get there. And certainly, I know, Sister Eileen, that you've actually have an opportunity for people to go to Ghana this year. Tell us about that.
Okay, we're going to be going there from the 1st until the 10th of
what month?
August.
August 1st to the 10th.
10th.
Okay.
It's going to be, you know, if you call me, we're going to give my telephone number. It's going to be like the most inexpensive trip that you could have going to Africa, because this is a labor of love. And so I try to keep it, you know, as moderate as possible. And you're going to be going to see Kwame Nkrumah's memorial, W.D. Du Bois Memorial. You'll be going to the Cape Coast, where you'll see the castles or the dungeons. We will be going to Kumasi. And Kumasi is where the kings and queens of Ghana, the Ashanti people, have their, what you say, their castles are there. And it's telling you really, Ya and Santua, a woman who fought for her people against the British. Our people didn't lay down and not want us to go of slavery. No, they fought, okay? And so a lot of times people feel that they just let us go. No, and they were in exile on the Seychelles Islands for many years. And then afterwards, they came back. And so the thing is that, you know, a lot of times people don't realize about bondage.
And you know, one of the things that I think people will take away from this opportunity, you know, to touch the soil, as our great distinguished ancestor, I say Brother John Watusi Branch, who from the African Poetry Theater, who for many years used to take people to the continent, is so important to make that connection. And so if people are interested in finding out more about the trip, tell us, is there a phone number or?
Yes, there's a phone number, and that phone number is 718-468-3089. I'm going to do that again. 718-468-3089.
Okay, so again, they will find out more information about Sankofa tours, also about the tour package if they're interested, and other things. There may be people who want to donate to the school. So if you're interested in donating to the school, certainly you could call that number, which is
718-468-3089.
And so we're very excited. We're very, again, certainly want to salute you the team, brother, sister, as well as sister who's off camera, but very much a part of this. Give her a shout out. I call her Queen Nzinga Abena, and all of the family that has made this possible. And certainly there's a lot of exciting things I know that you have to offer. So we definitely want to encourage you to connect to our Queen sister, Eileen Quay, and find out more about this. And I also want to acknowledge Brother Tad and Sister Tammy, who are co-founders of Party, which stands for Parents Actively Reclaiming Their Youth. And they've done some wonderful work engaging the youth and taking them some wonderful field trips. I know also, Brother Tad, you're the co-host of Straight Black Pride Talk Show and program, which comes on. Tell us when it comes on. All
right, the name is Straight Black Talk.
Okay.
And it's on Blog Talk Radio. It comes on every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I co-host it with Sister Keisha Forrester and our brother Ashe S.J.
Okay, wonderful. And again, we want to encourage you, if you're interested in finding out more about the wonderful work of Sister Eileen Edwards Quay and Sankofa Tours, to give her a call at
718-468-3089. I just wanted to say this, that, we always have to have people coming up the ranks. And so Brother Tad and dear Sister Tammy are the tour directors. Okay. I might go on some of them, but you know how things get when you get a little older.
Absolutely. And again, as I said, this is what it's about. So I just want to say, on behalf of Cultural Caravan, we want to sincerely thank you all for the wonderful work that you're doing in terms of supporting the upliftment, the education, the development of our people. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast, and we continue to encourage you to tune in, to write, and to tell a friend. And please visit our website at www.ccptv.org and our YouTube site, as you can see many more programs. But until next time, Louise Dente saying thank you. Let's welcome Joe Patan.
They jumping in the city, West Indian happy, happy whole time.